Hey guys, Monkey Man here, and for those of you out there that are struggling with your Ayakas and not getting the smooth, buttery gameplay that you expected from her, the Ayaka on her own is a very strong unit. Her scaling is huge and her damage is high, but she doesn't excel or shine until you build her correctly and assign her the good. I think this is the best team comp really for her. It's a simple freeze comp. The idea is that her abilities excel when you utilize the Blizzard Strayer artifact set, two cryo units for increased crit rate, and then also have a hydro based unit to allow you to get that freeze. With the Blizzard Strayer set, that means that you only have to build 30% crit on her, and you can pretty much crit almost all the time. Build her for crit damage, and now she's going to be doing huge numbers. Now, I don't even have a crit damage Blizzard Strayer artifact headpiece on her at the moment, and I'm getting huge numbers from her ult. And she's not maxed out talents either. She's on level 6 talents. She just got to level 70 now. She's got a lot of work still to go in her, and she's hitting those huge numbers. Her gameplay is immensely better when you start to add a Hydro person into the comp. A Hydro support like Chinku or Mona is going to build you that insane crit for the freeze status that then triggers the Blizzard Strayer second effect. Now, why is this important, and why is it better than playing the Melt comp that other YouTubers are trying to show as the damage, highest damage potential for Ayaka? First of all, her ult ticks too fast to consistently trigger Melt. So if you can see here, she's doing huge amounts of damage and ticking, and utilizing her with a freeze comp will net you a larger amount of crits and crit damage, and using her to not reverse melt but instead do a freeze complete cryo damaged ult is going to get you the best value out of her. The freeze, especially on the smaller minions, is going to literally lock them in their tracks. It's the best CC available, and honestly, I was amazed. The second cryo unit is just for the resonance, the team resonance, so you can get that extra bit of crit, so you can crit very consistently. I find that Diana is a perfect cryo battery, so if you use cryo, Diana's cryo generation with her sacrificial longbow is going to be huge and allow you to ult more often with Ayaka. But for me, since I had Eula pulled from the banner earlier, I find that she ends up being a massively amazing support unit for Ayaka. Also allowing you to both shred cryo resistance using Eula's E elemental skill, and being able to also have her own huge damage output for clearing bosses. So having both Eula and Ayaka in my party means that I'm pretty much shredding bosses in no time at all. The first slot, which my Big Daddy Zhongli is in, is very much always a swap out. It's a hot seat. Depending on what I'm versing, I might switch that to a Venti if it's an easy domain with a lot of smaller units, or if it's a Spiral Abyss with a lot of units and not one big heavy. But I find that Zhongli is usually the default because his shield and his support ability using the Minalith artifact set kind of makes it very easy to kill pretty much everything in this game without dying. You become invincible and also able to do your combos without worrying about your health and dodging. If you're pretty confident of your dodging ability and your ability to move around the battlefield, I would actually say switch the Chinku out for a Mona. Mona, with her sprint ability and with Ayaka's cryo application, can be very consistent and freeze things continually as well. But it requires more active movement from you. So it's really down to how you play, what kind of play style you guys utilize when playing Genshin. If you're a very passive player and just like to build those stacks and do huge damage, then you probably wouldn't want to hit the Mona up. Probably stay with Chinku just to apply. Chinku with Sacrificial Sword can literally have her ult up almost indefinitely, and with I think a 150 ER is all you need on her. I'm playing it with 2 Noblesse and 2 of the Water Hydro artifact set, but you're probably better off playing Chinku with a 4 Noblesse, so you can give an attack buff to Ayaka when you do ult with Chinku. I just don't have really good Noblesse set yet. I have to farm that domain. So yeah, so basically at the end of the day, it's actually not too hard to play Ayaka, but I think it's because people thought she was going to be good in the reverse melt comp. That is why a lot of people are struggling. She's a freeze scarer. Play her with a freeze, play her with a Jinkyu or a Mona, and you will see her exceed your expectations. Yeah, very much an amazing character in the game when you build her. You don't need the Mistsplitter. I do utilize that as her weapon. As you can see here, I've got it on 172 crit damage. I'm going to try and build it up to a 200 plus crit damage. She doesn't need much crit rate at all. The Mist Sword is not essential. You can do the same thing with a free-to-place weapon. And I'm playing it for Blizzard Strayers because at the end of the day, that freeze comp is going to benefit you and get you the max amount of crit rate with less investment. I do eventually want to use a crit damage helmet. As soon as I can get a Blizzard Strayer helmet, that circlet that is crit damage, I'm going to put it on it. So yeah, this is the team I think runs most well on general content and bossing, and even in the spiral lists. Like sometimes you just really need your big hitter in the physical damage, and Eula does that for me. So I would replace her with Diona if I want a more safe comp and have a bit more sustained healing. But usually Xingqiu's healing does a lot of the work I need with her ult, being able to heal you progressively. So at the end of the day, it's really what you want to play, but I very much recommend having 2 slots of Ayaka's team being a cryo support and a Mona or Xingqiu hydro support sub DPS, because that's going to give you the best and most optimal way to play her that feels good. Not looking at numbers, but just feels good to play and makes you feel the power of Ayaka.